Sort of just jumping into going live tonight. So welcome to call in live for free satellite TV. If you have any questions, you can call in. Looks like I got a few people joining me already. I forgot anything there. Just bear with me 1 second. Hey, so it's Saturday night, and we're on YouTube. We're on Facebook, on my personal, my public personal Facebook page. So I got my Amico Mini 4K ultra high definition satellite receiver set up. So I thought maybe I'll start off and I'll do a blind scan tonight on 101 West. I was hoping the new MeTV Plus channel would be on C-band. Maybe it will be. I just didn't see it as of today. I haven't even looked up the news. I guess I can go to that page and do that. So it's for blind scan. It's the white button on this. So there it is. It's just going to scan through all the channels. It's going to kind of do a scan over on my C-band dish. And we'll see if there's any new channels. Now, the cool thing is when I scanned it earlier today, I did notice that movies, the exclamation point movies, which is on 101 West, it scans as a movie's HD. All right, I've already gotten Heroes to scan in. Heroes SD. I believe that's Heroes and Icons, because some of them, some of them, they like for the longest time, movies would scan in as like just channel one. You would have to relabel it, and every time you rescan on most receivers, you'd have to re-enter the channel. So movies explanation point would be one that I would see. There's like the big ones on SES 101 West C-band. That's with a large dish. Is MeTV and MeTV Alternative. Now I can point at that. Yeah, I'm actually viewing this in VLC through my computer using a capture card. It's running really slow, but just to show you like what's going on here on my system. Channel 1, new channel scanned in. Start TV. This is the channel that has like a lot of the older TV channels on the satellite. Definitely is one of the must-have satellites with some of the best programming, in my opinion, that you can get on satellite. Now, weirdly enough, it only scanned in MeTV and it didn't scan the others. Maybe I don't have the dish mover aligned perfectly. So that was kind of strange. Normally it would find more channels, but that's kind of weird. It could just be that it's out of alignment. I'll go to so I don't show any copyright content here. I can see Start TV. I just want to change the group here. And there we go. Group. Every satellite receiver is a little bit different. Yeah, it has a different way of finding your satellites. And 101 West. 101 West C-band. There we are. There's all my C-band channels. That's weird. Could be because I got so much cable, but not really. It shouldn't really affect things too bad. I mean, I do have a lot of cable running through because this is like an extension to this room for the satellite connection. It's got a weak signal at MeTV, and I guess I'd have to go up and fix the satellite dish, because the thing with the dish is the like this is the way it's looking right now, just all pixelated for MeTV. And it's probably just because my dishes have been moved a little bit. So we got some people here in the chat. Got Kevin North Coaster. He says that there's no MeTV Plus. It'll pop up. I mean, even on my local antenna, I don't know if it's going to be on my local over the air for antenna TV, but like I was watching Different Strokes again. I usually watch antenna TV on the weekends on Saturdays. They have a lot of those old sitcoms that I really enjoy. During Different Strokes today, they were saying that Rewind is coming to markets near you, but that's probably like a national feed. Yeah. Also, Rewind TV. I hope there's a lot of DigiNets that are going to be coming out. So I'm hoping that maybe we'll see them on free satellite TV. Thompson Tim. Have I heard anything about F1 107 being decommissioned this summer? No, I haven't, which would be interesting. You think I would hear more about that being in Canada because that's the Shaw Direct satellite. Yeah, Rewind's not launching till September. That tends to be the date when they launch a lot of new channels. I think Laugh was launched on that date. It tends to be like, certain dates that they'll relaunch a bunch of those. You're going to put this over on. I do know that 99 West works because I got a KU band satellite aimed at it. Maybe we can see some news feeds tonight. Group. And probably a little bit of lack to see here. Hooking it up to the capture card. Actually, when I did a blind scan, I'm surprised that I didn't. What I'll try to do is show you some of these feeds on. Oh, here we go. So with the Fox feeds, you can see like the White House right now. That's what I'm seeing right now. The White House. We just skip through channels and regret this. There's like scenes like this. They'll cut to helicopter footage or just different feeds. And I don't think that's live right now. It'd be interesting. I never really do a blind scan on Saturday nights. I was hoping that my my KU band dish would work out for me tonight. I have I changed the LMB on my KU band dish. So let's go satellite installation. There you see the signal, and you click on the white button to go blind scan. We'll do a blind scan there if I can sort of split screen that. How do I mix screens here? I'm just going to bring your down, Kurt. Let me chime in if you got something you want to add. Let's see here. That's no good. I want it overlaid. There, something like that. Yeah, so here we are with it. There, how's that? That's a little bit better. Just doing a scan there for the feeds. There is a few feeds on here tonight too, eh? Oh yeah. Yeah. I'll go show it to you here. Actually, let's get on my chair real quick. I'll show you what I'm using. It's on the dish. Bring the whole kit here. In this bucket. In this bucket is my satellite tools. I'll show you some of my satellite tools when we do the scan here. So this is this ain't the L. Well, actually, this is kind of like the LMB that I'm using right now. Let's bring up my. Yeah, there. So I got the Starcom. I've been talking about this for the last few weeks. At least this thing, it does pull down to kind of cover your cables from the weathering. I actually bought the same brand of this, and I put it on my my large KU band dish, which actually I'm doing a scan of right now. But they kind of change the model and the design every so often. So this is the LMB that I'm using right now. So scanning a few other channels. On 99 West, there's lots of feeds. There's InfoWars and there's JTV and things like that. But actually, there's quite a lot of news feeds on this satellite. So it's coming to the end of the scan there. So inside this, I just got my old LMB. And the reason why I bought this LMB is I wanted to get a dual output LMB so I can run an extra coax cable into. I have 2 dissect switches outside, which I run to 2 different receivers that are going inside the house. It does, yeah, it does. It says on the box there, it does ultra 4K. That doesn't mean that every channel will just be magically 4K. It's like if it's available, but there's not really a whole lot of 4K channels. This is what an LMB looks like when it's been outside for a couple of years. This is my GeoSat Pro SL1 PLL. I actually got this from Dave. Satellite Dave got C-band. He used to do a radio show called Satellite Guys, and they did this as a giveaway once, and I got this LMB from Dave, and I've had it on my dish for years now. It feels heavier. Feels heavy duty. So yeah, I've scanned in all my channels there, so maybe go take a look. I just want to look at some of these question comments here. Audio is good. Thank you, Brandon. Yeah, I haven't really seen too much of the feeds. I guess that's what that is right now. It doesn't show like the actual programming or any of the news shows. Ramono asks, is there any difference between a spun aluminum C-band dish versus a mesh dish? Someone has an 8-foot for sale. Spun, is that like just a solid dish? A solid dish can be a little bit better, but mesh is better for wind resistance. And what can happen is with that wind on a windy day, it can move your dish. Even my mesh dish gets moved around a little bit. On a windy day, I'll have signal, all of a sudden it'll drop because the wind just hits it, and there's enough free play between the actuator that it can make that. Thomas says, I look after small cable head ends, and I was told that the weather network is moving off 107 because they're shutting the bird down. Wow. So I guess that'll be not good for Star Choice, unless Star Choice will be moving all of their stuff to not Star Choice, but Shaw Direct to 101. I'll have to look more into that. If someone wants to call in and knows about that, please do. I'll put out my call-in link here. So if you want to call in, there's the link there. I sent out to Twitch and DLive and YouTube. I don't think it puts it on Facebook. What size of a dish? North Coaster asks, what size of a dish am I using for 99 West KU band? I'm using my 4-footer for that one. It's pretty much. Oh, thanks. Now if I can get that to load here, can I click on that link? So if anyone wants to pull up that link, I can't pull it up here on this restream. Can I? No, I don't want to block you there. I just, it gives me that option. I don't want to do that. Huh. I have to go into YouTube and watch my stream and click on that, I think. Oh well, they've been MPEG 4 for the longest time. I think it feels like fiberglass off that the LMB. Anyway, let's look at some feeds here. Not that feed though, I'll get in trouble. Let's see here. Yeah, I gotta go. Oh, I gotta go all the way back down to the satellite list to get back to where I left, because it goes after you do a scan, it goes all the way back. So there we are. All right. It's okay if that's just the radio. I don't know if it is. So, oh, really? These are scrambled. Yeah, I don't care with those. Didn't put any particular order. Nah, it's not really gonna show anything. Just got the White House feed here. That's about it. Let's see what else there is. There's that city thing again. And DC HD. No, there's nothing on that transponder now. So there's not much on, and there's some encrypted stuff here. And another thing, well, what I tend to do is you'll get like this thing here, Western Digital. Must be like a satellite. David Zahn Radio. And I was back there, so you see this, the Western Digital, and that's what you see on the feed, but it's like a radio feed with like the video part on it. Yeah. That's what's on 99 West. Galaxy 19, I don't know. I haven't really done a scan on there. I should take a look. Maybe we'll do a blind scan. We'll find it. There has been Saturday nights when they had wrestling on there. Go into group. I'll show you guys what I'm doing here. There you go. So I got a satellite, and it should just block everything off here. So I'm going to go to 97K band because I'm actually using my Shaw Direct, an old Shaw Direct dish to pick this one up. 3ABN won't care if I have their content up. 3ABN, it's not working. Daystar. It's weird that I'm not pulling that in, but I'm downstairs. I don't know. My settings all set up right for Galaxy 19. Huh. Yeah. See, I got a standard LMB for this one, so that's fine. That should be right. See, it should be in port 2. That's one thing you got to watch for when you're messing around with your satellite signal. Great. I don't know why it's not coming in. It was coming in upstairs. Maybe it's just because I got so much. I'm running this through a splitter as well. Could just be that I can go through some transponders, and maybe some transponders are not liking all the cable that I'm running this through. That's weird. That one was coming through. Always like when you're doing it live, right? There's all the channels on Galaxy 19. For whatever reason, maybe the dish got banged. It's not out of the realm of possibility. The kids were outside playing today, and they could have been hitting things. There you go, there. So where I got this type menu popping up all of a sudden. Menu's all different now. No signal on Galaxy 19. It's probably with my setup here because I don't normally I'm just have my receiver down here for doing some video stuff. Mode. There. That's what I like. I like that mode. I don't like the other mode. I hit the white button on here. That's what made my mode go all funky on me. See a smile of a child or positive TV will work on this. No signal. Okay, it's probably my I don't want to go out and check my wires and all that right now. Due to end of life, C-band service may relocate to ANAC in 2021. C-band signals. I heard something about that. Interesting. So Star Choice are all going to have to get serviced to get the dish moved. I'm not sure what they'll do with that. For Galaxy 19, yeah, I'm using the Shaw Directors. It's just because I'm running this receiver here. I'm trying to show it to you. Just sitting here on the ground here. Here's a receiver here. Here's the Amico, and I was working with Galaxy 19, Galaxy 1699 West. When I when I read a comment, I'm like a little bit confused. I don't know. Water. I don't know about water tonight. I'm turning Kurt back on. I don't know if Kurt wanted to add anything. But somebody asked the question. Empty bar loop asks, is NBC on free-to-air satellite TV? Which band? C-band and KU band or KU band? It's actually on both. NBC is on 103 West, and yeah, you can get the NBC feed on KU band, so that's a good thing. But I can get NBC over the air because I don't watch NBC much. But I like Cozy. I don't really watch Cozy a whole lot because like every time I have time to watch it, it's like Murder She Wrote. It used to be. I don't know if it's like that anymore. And Quantum Leap is on Comet TV now. So, and Comet TV, I don't get it on satellite, but I get it over the air. But it's kind of a weaker station. I didn't have time to prepare tonight for this satellite dish either. I was like, let's see here. Some of the Middle Eastern stuff was covering like a lot of the live stuff though on Galaxy 19 this week. I was kind of surprised to see a lot of that. Yeah, if you want to follow, free to air is great. If you want to follow what's going on around the world, you get a perspective from that area. Went over back to C-band. Is this thing on screwed on right? That's why I want to make sure. Okay. And then I'll go back to 101 West. Oh yeah, MeTV was coming in really bad. So that just means the dish was moved a little bit. With the wind, it can do that. I got to go all the way back down to get to the MeTV. Could be interference too, but I don't think there's. I see start. I see heroes. One thing about this satellite receiver is it seems that it gives you all or nothing, though. It's usually 98% or nothing. So yeah, NBC is on 103 West last I checked. Oh yeah, so that's what another thing I've been doing this week, which has been a problem, is oh yeah. Empty Bar Loop says, thanks for answering my question. I work as a DirecTV satellite technician and don't even know free satellite TV was a thing until I saw a huge dish in a customer's yard. I don't know if that customer was actually using the dish or if it was from like years ago, because a lot of people don't know that you can still get channels on C-band, and you can buy a receiver like this one here, this Amico. I'll show you the remote. This Amico Mini for like this Amico 4K box, which is about $110, $20. But that's because this one's a 4K one. Now, I'd recommend the Amico Mini would be another good one to get because it's $88. And there's only really one 4K channel. It's all depends. If you want to spend $20 and have it future ready for 4K. Thomas asks, do you dabble in SDR? Yeah, I have. My last video I was showing how I dabbled a little bit in that, where I connected my SDR up to my C-band LMB just to try to see if I can get the audio carrier for C-SPAN. And I was like a whole video about C-SPAN, which is going away. Yeah. Yeah, and it's like the bigger with satellites, the bigger the better is kind of how it works with satellite. I'm just gonna bring it in our window. I'm gonna use for a just gonna bring this over here. Hopefully, I don't crash my browser. So go to YouTube here. Yeah, there I am live. I'll crash my browser. I'm just going to pull up your link there that you sent me. I'm just going to find it here. About, well, you might have been in Facebook, so I don't see the link here. That's the thing about Restream. I get links here sometimes, and it doesn't show. Anyway, I'll pull up Facebook here. North America. There we go. All right. So if you want to get more information on free satellite TV, you can go to this group here, North America free satellite TV, and over there streaming. This is a good place to go to. I actually have groups like this. This is more the active of the groups. I have created groups over on Gab and MeWe and Minds and places like that. But just seems to be there's a lot more activity over on Facebook right now. People say they hate talk about how much they hate Facebook, but yet they use it, and yet there's alternatives. Hoff says, I used to be into TVRO hobby back in 2000, 2005 when I moved and haven't been able to get back into it yet. Back when analog and MP2, DVB DC2 was still a thing. Some of them are still. I mean, there's one analog channel left, which is C-SPAN, but it's going away. And DC 2. No, I'm thinking. Am I thinking of DigiCypher 2? Is that what is used a lot of the time? And there's DVB-S2. There still is MPEG 2. There is quite a lot of channels that are MPEG 2. Can have my ginger ale, my Saturday night ginger ale. Oh, I heard a noise out there. I think the raccoon's moving around on my deck. Those buggers. They make quite a mess. Robert Russell asks, how many channels on KU band? That's with the smaller dish. I don't know. I've done a video. Yeah, if you come to my channel, subscribe to my channel. When you do a search, type in my name, Robbie Strike or Satellite Nerd. And I did do a video about free to air channels and what channels are on KU band. And it was recent too. I did one. Where would I find my YouTube channel? I'll show you what the thumbnail looks like. Looks like this thumbnail, actually, which I used tonight. So I don't know if that'll make it confusing or not. And then I've done a few of them there. I have a cut to that. So there it is there. That's the video where I really went through a lot of the channels that are available on KU band. A 10-minute video where I really went through what's on a lot of, you spend a lot of time talking about Galaxy 19. That's there's a lot of channels on Galaxy 19, and what was it? 103 West has a whack of channels, and what else is there? 125 West and 87 West seem to be, and 99 West has a few channels I like. So CP Wolf, have you saw my photo on Twitter? No. Is it appropriate? I can pull up Twitter. I don't tweet a lot. I'm not on Twitter too much. People, I don't know, I've got like the hate messages because I don't know. Twitter, people tend to get political there. But hey, it's CP Wolf. If it's appropriate, I'll show it. I follow you on Twitter, and I typed in your name, 24. I guess it didn't come up. You're shadow banned on Twitter, CP Wolf 24. Couldn't find you. I'm not finding you on Twitter, and we're friends on Twitter. So that's why you need to follow. We need to all follow each other on Gab and MeWe and Minds, I guess. MeWe is actually quite good for engagement, I found. I've been on MeWe, and it's not really even satellite content. It's just funny memes. I make funny memes. I'm like a meme artist, right? An artist or whatever. I think of something funny, I meme it. I have on my Facebook page a little section called Attack of the Meme, and 90% of them are actually ones I made myself. I do put other ones that I think are really good, and I like them. I share them on that as well. And it's just like my sense of humor. I don't. What's your picture of? Oh wait, CP Wolf 24 at the. You had a picture of which you tweeted to me. ATSC 1.0 needs a 3.0 zero add-on. Is that what it was? I got this picture. I'll bring it up here. I know that's what you're talking about. And I like it, and I liked it. Or is it something else? I think I got too many trees for FTA satellite. You can always get a chainsaw. John Yoder says, back in the 80s, you had a hand crank actuator. That's actually what I have right now. I have with my 4-foot dish. The actuator stopped working. I don't know what's wrong with it. So I undid the screws on the actuator where you mount it, and you can actually slide it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and sing to it. I love you forever. I like you for always. I'm gonna move you to 129.5 west, and then I'll move you to 30 west. Okay, sorry. I should be like singing doing bedtime stories with my son right now. Let's see here. Oh, okay, Patrick, we were talking about that last week. You bought an HDMI to USB and you're going to try it. I'm using both. And the crazy thing was the cheap one, Linux, obviously, the cheap one worked better in Linux because I had my receiver set up to my HDMI. I guess I can't show it here. Oh, no. It's all hooked up to the computer right now. I don't want to touch the wires. But it's one of those HDMI to... I'll show one on... I'll just pull one up on Amazon. Are we mostly Canadian here or American? I can give you a link to Canadian or American. Come. Anyway, for capturing my satellite receiver and using OBS, let me pull it up here. HDMI to USB, HDMI to USB. And I'll give you an idea of what I've used. And they're cheap. They're like $20. Something like that. I don't know. Digit now has them now. Good. Well, they supported me before, so is that what they have? Yeah. Here, I'll go grab a text. There's one for $16. I don't know how good the $16 one is. Digit now sent me one before, and I did a review on it. I'll bring up the picture. So this is what I'm talking about. There we go. $16 on Amazon. And actually, I'm using this to something like a device like this to capture my satellite receiver, and I'm just looping it into VLC. Restream.io. Just put a link out to that. Adam Last Man says, you need a KU LMB. I have a KU LMB. I have this one here. I have this KU band LMB. Well, for an offset dish. Now, if you need a KU band LMB, maybe Amazon has them. See, KU band. There's my LMB on Amazon. I'm just scrolling on Amazon for stuff they have. And here's one that has like 4 outputs. Don't buy these things. These things are junk. I think but if you're talking about C-band, there's that titanium. See, the thing is, I really like these titanium C-band LMBs, but they don't make CKU band. And at least I don't think they do. At least they did last time I checked. And I just want to check out their store, Titanium Satellite. I don't think this is Titanium Satellite store. They're just showing me a bunch of other junk. Okay, whatever. Anyway, I was looking for a CKU band LMB, but I don't see anything here. Amazon's search algorithms doesn't seem to be too good tonight. I do know you can find them on eBay. Maybe they're harder to find. The supply chain has been a pain right now for everything. Empty loop, bar loop. The thing about DirecTV Dish is they use left, right circular polarity rather than horizontal vertical polarity. Many other KU band, like many other KU band satellites. That's the one thing about DirecTV and with Dish Network, unless you have the Direct World and the Dish World Dish, the satellite dish, because they do have like one of the center LMBs, I believe, is a linear KU band LMB, which will receive both. So this one, sorry, I didn't get into this. This LMB is a universal LMB, and the old LMB is a standard LMB. Pretty good for most North American channels. But what I was trying to do this week, I was using the universal to see if I can pick up the signals from across the Atlantic Ocean. They have their free view stuff, but it's because I've had the question asked a lot of times. Can I receive the free view stuff? I think it's on 28 West in North America. Now I can pick up 30 West. So I thought, well, I'll just see if I can get the signal. It's encrypted, but I guess people from the UK bring their receivers over here or whatever. But I wasn't able to pick up the signal. Doesn't mean I can't. I just, my first trying to get the signal from the UK, which would be all the BBC and a lot of the free stuff that's in the, Adam Lastman says Rick Sally is getting new ones. LMBs, they got stuff there too. If you can't find it on Amazon or on eBay, buy it from Rick's and tell Rick Taylor that I sent you I want to get on his good books. I just overly don't because I can't do affiliate marketing with Rick, but Rick's done a lot of good for these free satellite TV community, for the C-band community, and so support Rick's wild feeds. Actually, I'll show you Rick's wild feeds. You know what you do? You type into Google Rick's wild feeds, and he'll come up. And that's where you can find out where all the new channels are and stuff like that. I don't post there too much these days. I did when I was a novice free-to-air satellite person. I always go to latest topics. And where I frequent is networks. This one right here. And I always look to see if there's any new networks posted or anything that goes away. You know what? And the thing about this hobby is a lot of people will say, we'll talk about the new stuff, but they don't talk about the old stuff that left. Same thing with Linksat. Over on Linksat, you may, I know the chat comments are going like pretty crazy right now, but on Linksat, they'll won't always have like the satellites will leave or move transponders or won't be active for a long time, and no one will report to Linksat. So if you're using satellite, you want to get a credit or whatever. I guess you don't get a credit for reporting something's gone, but it'll give you a credit, like a credit little note name you found by so and so. There you go. I believe Kevin said Rick's is awesome to deal with. He said that the China C-band, K-band are not good, but you're not going to find one made in America. I think that's kind of the saddest, unless you find like a really old one. Yeah. DirecTV uses KLMBs. Kevin says Rick is awesome to deal with. I think he has actuators and dish movers too. When I couldn't find anyone else to get a dish mover for a C-band dish, Rick's Wild Feeds was a place that I would recommend there. Now he's gonna be all sold out. Everyone's gonna go buy one. Thank you, Kurt. Yeah, so satstar.net, that's a pretty interesting footprint site. I know, like, sometimes I don't want to believe it until I've seen it. I'm going to bring this up here on my screen. So here is a satstar.net. So this is Intelsat 901. Oh, yeah, I've been trying to tune that. So, yeah, that I don't think that transponder is, like, anything that's Europe will be, like, spot beamed for Europe. It does reach here. I just don't think they have any transponders pointing there. Okay, there's some C-band stuff there. The West Hemi R, the East Hemi left, and the Southern Hemisphere. Because what will happen sometimes with the satellite, it will be spot beam for North America, or it will be spot beam for South America. And you won't be able to pick it up here in North America very well. Sorry if I miss any comments here. Oh, wow. I remember that. Oh, cool. Jabber says, I live in Northern Canada. My dad worked for a local telecom company. Still remember when the Aniq sat went down. I remember watching, that was in the 90s, right? I don't know if you're talking about the time the satellite went down in the 90s, and watching cable that day, and a bunch of channels weren't working. And I had cable back in those days in the 90s. And I just remember seeing a bunch of channels just weren't working. I think the American channels were, and the Canadian channels were. And then later on, I watched the news, and they talked about how satellite went down. And then apparently satellite time was really expensive for a while after that, like for CTV to do uplinks and all that. There you go. Robert Russell, anyone in DFW? I don't know what DFW is, but willing to help. If you're in Kingston, Ontario, Canada, I'd hook up with you and help anyone get set up. I'd be happy to. But yeah, people that I meet in this hobby are all over the map. You know what I'm saying? All over the world, really. I get people from Nigeria, because that in that country, Nigeria and Ghana. A lot of people in Africa emailing me and contacting me about satellite, because that is big there. I mean, they probably have. I think in a lot of areas there, they have very limited internet, so satellite TV is big. I think that they all have cell phones. A lot of cell phones there. It's just the way the infrastructure is. They never had the phone lines. They went right from not having phones to having cell phones in certain areas. Oh, you're in Texas? Texas, I don't know. There's a lot of folks in Texas that might be able to help you out. I don't know, Donnie, Leo, if you're anywhere near this guy or near Robert. I mean, a lot of people in Texas. I mean, lots of people in Texas. I've always wanted to go to Texas. I can't go anywhere now with this lockdown. That's part of the reason why I'm doing this live stream now. Is I've been doing it weekly for about a month now. And it's just because I've been on lockdown. And I really appreciate you guys for participating, because this is kind of my social outlet for the week. I got my family, spent a lot of time with that. I'm finding myself, I'm a homeschool teacher now because we've had a lockdown in Ontario. And I mean, I don't mind it. A lot of people hate it. I'm like, more time with my family. Cool. Enjoying that. Work few shifts. My work's been kind of really slowed down. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys calling in. Oh, Leo, I live closer to the ocean. Rob says, I live in Louisville. And I don't know if I told you, Rob, if you're not, join our Facebook group. You might be able to connect to someone there, or Rick's Wild Feeds or Satellite Guys or someplace like that might be able to help you. I'm not sure. It's hard to find installers now. That's the thing, because a lot of people have gotten out of it. And a lot of people are like, doing Android. Like a lot of people were doing went from doing the iPatch free to air stuff to doing Android boxes and stuff like that, which I don't recommend. I don't feel safe about that idea. Like a lot of people buy these Android boxes from these, shady sellers or whatever, and then you're putting a box that has questionable software on your home network. So I'm not, and then they wonder why their Facebook profile gets hacked, and people are posing as them, trying to get them signed up for business deals and crazy stuff like that. Should have a cough button here for it. I'm not. So when I cough in the mic. But were you the one, Rob, did you send me an email this week and you were having a hard time and I told you to call in tonight? So we want to try to get Rob helped out, set up. I don't know if you're that guy that I was emailing with this week. Yeah, because I'd like to get that set up. I think one guy, I forgot about that. Yeah, one person was telling me, oh, get that out of there. One guy was telling me that they were trying everything, watched all the videos, and weren't able to get it going. And I was like, oh, okay. I wanted to talk to you on the phone. Sometimes, not on the phone, but on Facebook. Friend me on Facebook, and then we do that voice chat thing. I prefer voice chatting than writing a 20-page email that I got to read and try to figure out how to, so if you can, sometimes I've worked with people before, helped them get going by talking to them. And if you can, you can make a donation to my PayPal account, my PayPal donate account, or whatever. I don't know. I'm not set up to take crypto at this time. I should get that more moving on that. I was going to do that today, and then I worked around a whole bunch of dust. Okay. Alcohol Jabber says, I have an express view wired to my house. I would like the best receiver and dish. I'd like to use your links to support you, man. Yeah, thank you. Yes, I do have links in the description of this video, which are affiliate links to eBay. I like eBay. I like a lot of sellers on eBay. I haven't had too many problems with people over on eBay. Like I've been using those links for a while, and people set up their dishes. Eric from Farpoint Farms was one of the ones that used the 39-inch dish with his motor and all that, got all set up. And I believe he has a KU band dish and a C band dish. He's done some videos on YouTube about them. Yeah, so but Robert, I'd like to see you get going one way or another. Talk to me. Maybe we can set you up with someone that can come out and help get your going, because I think you have the dish up and just somewhere with a receiver. Maybe you bought a botched receiver, because it can happen, right? Sometimes you just buy a botched receiver on Amazon or wherever. It can be quite frustrating. I don't know. So I don't see too much news here over at Rick's this week. Rick's does have a store, and I was talking about that. I'll give Rick some free advertising. He sells an Avenger LMB. He pushes the Octagon receivers. I believe they are OpenATV. I'm not sure. With Enigma E2 Linux OS ATV, OpenATV. Yeah, those are. I've had some people have a hard time with the OpenATV stuff, and now if you're tech savvy enough, go ahead and get that. Get one of those. Actually, I recommend the what I use is the Edison Mile. That's what I've used, but these Octagons are similar. I think some of these they don't have an over-the-air tuner. This one might. This one has DVB-S2. But I think with these Linux receivers, you can buy a TV tuner stick, like a TV tuner stick. Well, I don't know the brand. I'm trying to think of it. Not the Magica. Yeah, this one here, the Hopage. I believe this will plug in and play with those satellite receivers, one of these USB devices. So if you get like the Edison Mio satellite receiver, you can stick one of these things in. You may have to install some drivers in the interface, and you'll be able to get ATSC. But we're in a position now where we're starting to go to ATSC 3, except you can't find any cheap tuners anywhere. Like I'm thinking, like for ATSC 3, right here. So this is my Allure-Tech box. The power supply died on me. Is this Allure-Tech? I don't know. Did a review? Yeah, it's Allure-Tech. This was my over-the-air ATSC box. I used to mess around with satellite receivers that can do both, but then I never found one that worked the greatest, with both, and you have to spend so much extra money. So at this point, I'm not. It's like a separate thing you'll have to have on your TV. I think you can get Android boxes and stuff like that that'll do that. But yeah, we're moving into an ATSC 3 era. So I'm waiting for like a box like this. There isn't any that I know of. Cheap $50 box $50 box, and it breaks on you in 3 years. I like this Allure-Tech that's died on me now that the warranty is gone. And at least it has buttons on the front for you to change channels. The one I'm using now is the Thor broadcast one. So this one is just sitting here. I don't know maybe Patrick, you can fix the caps on this if you know how to solder. It's probably too much effort. It's probably like the amount of gas to drive to Quebec. May as well, with the price of gas right now, may as well just buy another one of these. I'll call Jabber ass. I live in Yellowknife, Northwest Territories. Would it be worth getting a big dish? I don't know. The first thing I guess I'd have to ask that far up, like in the Northwest Territories, that far up north. Is there other people with large satellite dishes, or are they even larger that far up north? Because I do know in Alaska they have satellite TV, but they also have was it Dish Network or Direct TV? You can get those services, but they're bigger dishes up that far up north. You need like a large, basically like 4-footer. I don't know if you go to Google Street View and look at homes in Alaska and like one of the cities and stuff like that, and just look to see if they're large dishes. Oh yeah. So yeah, if there's guys that still rock big dishes, then it could be. Well, when you're that far north and you want to get anything, you probably would need a large dish. And then there's not much to watch, right? All right. But I imagine with subscription services, like, especially that far up north where you got brutal winters, and I don't know how well the internet is there. I know some people have like the old satellite internet, the slow one, the HughesNet, no, what's the other ones? That type of satellite internet. So I'm just showing my web browser here. Yeah. Hey, I'm going to talk about I'm going to lose my viewers here. So I do have a link here. This is in my YouTube. Can I pull up my YouTube at all? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Go in there. Okay, back out of this. Just go to. I hate when I have to do this. Go to my page. Go to my channel, and it plays my intro video all the time. Okay, it's showing my live stream right now. Okay, thank you for the 31 people that are watching. I'm gonna go in here actually because I know I have the link in here. Call on live, and all right, there we go. So here, I'm just gonna post a link to my NetCoins. Yeah, I'll just click on it. There you go. So yeah, there's a service called NetCoins, and here's their website, netcoins.app.app, and you can sign up here. And if you want to buy cryptocurrency, obviously Elon Musk does not like Bitcoin. He's talking about that, but see, there's other coins that I've been buying, which is like XRP, which is like $1.50 and that would be the time to buy it. If Bitcoin were to ever take off, well, cryptocurrency is I think cryptocurrency has a future, but I think Bitcoin, because Bitcoin's been around for a while. I'm no expert. Do your research on this stuff. But if you want to get some cryptocurrency, just transfer a few $100s into cryptocurrency. I recommend, and you're in Canada, check out NetCoins. You use my invite link there. I recommend XRP, buy the smaller coins, because I don't know which ones. Dogcoin was on the raise. If you're looking to do that stuff, I got this affiliate link here. I've gotten a few $100s into crypto, just to have a little bit of money into crypto and playing around with it. And we've seen some made a little bit of money off crypto at this time because we bought it when it was low, and now it's gone up a little bit. So it's kind of fun to play around with. I'm not putting a huge amount of money in it, but I put a little bit just to have crypto, to kind of get an idea of what crypto is right now. Sort of put my feet in the water a little bit. Anyway, so yeah. There. So I restream. I just put a link there to that affiliate link if you would like to check that out. If you do sign up, you can get $10 of free for crypto if you put $100 in. What I do. It's weird that I showed up there. Guess Restream did that. It's weird how it did that. Anyway, yeah, so check that out. You might not want to be doing crypto, but just something I'm playing around with just to see what happens with it. It's kind of fun to see it rise and fall. Right now, all my money is in the Canadian dollar, and I don't know, Mr. Trudeau, if he's going to keep the Canadian dollar higher or not. Sometimes it's almost like a point where I need to transfer money to American. I almost do the exchange that way just to make, because like the Canadian dollar right now, it's you don't know where that's going to go. It used to be about 10 years ago. Is the Canadian dollar, I could buy stuff on Amazon and eBay, and it was like 90 cents or 90 something cents. It's actually doing quite well. But anyway, sorry to go on about my little thing about cryptocurrency. I don't know what you mean by that. Yeah, there is that. So anyway, back on satellite. Yeah, unless you want to talk about other stuff, we did a show about movies, just called fun movies. I've done other live streams about other stuff too, but I figured a lot of people have asked about satellite stuff, so I thought, well, I'll just go on and talk about that. The video quality looks junk on YouTube tonight. I don't know if it's ever better on Twitch or Restream or on Facebook. Oh, massive solar storm. Yeah, and that will affect satellites as well. Solar activity. One thing is my feed over on the InfoWars feed. It was coming in much better on 99 West. For the longest time it was, and you know what I ended up doing? I was adjusting my dish, and I tweaked. For whatever reason, my LMB was the skew on the LMB was off by a little bit. Fixed the skew on the LMB, and I was laughing. I was able to get MacGyver's on Heroes and Icons now. Okay, cool. Had the Heroes and Icons feed going on in the background. I'll make this large. So this is my Amico satellite receiver. So I'm gonna, yeah, just not always when you try to do a demo is when things don't want to work. And I'm just looking at the transponders here. Yeah, things are working now. I don't know. Maybe if I scan now, it'll work. I have to run upstairs and just bump the dish a little bit and get it in position a little bit better. See, there's Heroes again. Heroes and SD. And is that horizontal or vertical? I found at times when I get like the horizontal transponders, there's movies. It came up now. For whatever reason, it wasn't when I started this live stream. And it scans in as movies SD. So that was like what transponders is on now. Is it 3928? I think it's on because that's why it scanned in. I don't have links set up. I guess I could talk about that too. Here, I'll go back to this. So, Linksat. There's other satellite charts. I just tend to go to Linksat a lot just because I can look at the whole satellite, but it's not always updated as well. Actually, I always like to do a look at tvrosat.com. This is Tech 2000 was sponsoring this, but unfortunately, Tech 2000 is no longer selling C-band satellite dishes because it is quite expensive to ship them there. I guess they're being manufactured in China. So yeah, they over here, recent satellite arc chart updates displaying the past 14 days. It did show that a whole whack channels were moved. I think the TBN mucks like the Smile of a Child, TBN and Positive TV have moved to, I think it's on 121 or 123 West. They've been there for a while, and but they took down the feeds that they had over here on 125 West. They had it on 125 West for a long time. And then the thing is, if you have a C-band dish, the Positive TV HD feed is way better quality than what you get on the Galaxy 19 feed. I mean, on Galaxy 19 they have it, which I'm glad they have it, but it's very low bit rate. A lot of the channels on Galaxy 19, the bit rate is quite low. It's like the LLBN, some of the religious channels. They're not even 1 kilobyte per second in video quality. I think they're even lower than that. So I don't know if the chat room is working right now. It seems to be got really slow here. I'm going to go into YouTube. I'll see if there's still chats going on. Seems to be a big drop here. I don't know. Is everyone on Facebook now or on Twitch? I'm not sure. Never can tell. I'm using the restream way of doing things now. Weird. Long. How's it going?
Let's see. It's going.
It's going, eh? Are you in California?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, you're that guy. You're cool, man. So what's up tonight?
Oh, just got off work. Figured I'd come on and say hello.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's you get your satellite working. Have you messed around with it at all, or you just got it working and you left it?
I got it dialed in and I've just left it so far.
Okay, yeah.
I've noticed a few transponders. Earlier today, they cut out just at about, I want to say 2 o'clock my time, Pacific Standard Time. It just cut out and it was out for about an hour, and then I had to go back to work. But now it's working again. So I don't know if it was some weird solar.
Maybe someone was just saying in the chat room there was solar thing. Like, cause I was like using my receiver here, and I was trying to do a blind scan on some channels, and then I wasn't getting Galaxy 19. But I was thinking, well, maybe I just don't, doing a live TV. Maybe something got bumped. It's not working. Did I finish my scan here? I was doing a scan. I think it backed out. Okay. So here is my satellite receiver now. I'll back out at my 101 West. There's Start TV. I'm just going to try to pull up the menus. Or at least it's commercial right now. So here's all the channels that are scanned in. I just want to go right back. After you do a live scan, a scan, you always got to go back to the satellite here. Find your satellite that you want to see the list of channels, because what I hate is I'll have to show you my meter. 101 West is where I was. This is looking at the C-band channels. So I was able to scan in movies. That was what I was trying to get in, and I couldn't scan it in like an hour ago when I first started the live stream. It was like on movies, and it wouldn't work. There, it seems to be good quality now. If there's anything on that transponder, it's a black screen right now. There's something there. It's gonna start TV, and it's just a black screen and nothing right now. Although the signal quality says it's good. I don't know why it's not working. Maybe it'll come on when I turn the screen off. And I've just ported it through VLC here just to kind of view my satellite receiver onto the computer. I was playing around with the green screen today. I have the green screen hanging up over there again. And it's fun to play around with that, but I don't want to do it with my live stream here because it would be very. I guess if I moved the desk around and had it in my background, but I don't care about the green screen, and sometimes it doesn't work properly. newer satellite receivers don't have filters for that, says John. Like for solar. Oh yeah, and their solar outages is like kind of a normal for this time of year. I think that's why the Ion network was on a couple different transponders. It's been like that a few times for Retro TV. The Lucan Mux. Who owns the Lucan now anyway? I covered this earlier and I forgot. We're getting into late mode. But Retro TV is like one of the first, retro DigiNets. I don't know if it was around before Me TV, but I remember I got Retro TV first over the air, and I was like, "Oh, this is great!" And then Me TV came along, and Cozy. There's quite a few now. There's even more coming out. There's Me TV Plus coming out. There is Rewind TV and other channels that will show old programming. I guess when you're these media companies and you own a ton of content, old content, and sometimes I gotta wonder, like, why is that content still under copyright? Shouldn't it be public domain by now? Like, it's some of that stuff's well over 50 years old, and yet it's still under copyright. Oh, okay, yeah, I read that somewhere. Get After It Media owns Lucan Mux. I think I heard that. Yeah, they were newer on the scene. And Leo, are you still in there, or did he drop out? Why am I in twice? Oh, okay, that's my screen. I got nothing on movies. It says the signal's working, but it's not showing any program on movies. I didn't look at it earlier on my other receiver. Right now, Me TV is not coming in. Heroes is coming in, though. There we go. There's Heroes. Heroes in standard definition. So Heroes in Icons is on, was it 101 West C-band. And it's like another channel. I don't get it in my area over the air, but I get it on C-band, and I'm happy about getting it on C-band. It shows like all the old Batman and stuff like that. I don't know. The WWF is on here. I'm going to cut to that. Not the World Wrestling Federation, but the World Wildlife Foundation. For whatever reason in VLC, my capture card is looking like this. It's very slow and laggy. Get your plush elephant from the WWF. But if you decide to call your wrestling federation after us, we'll sue you. Oh, sorry, there's a whack of chaps here. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why North Coaster, it's a pain when you want to see the channels from one satellite and it doesn't work. That's a pain. Here's what I was kind of alluding to. So I got my satellite tools in this box here. The one tool I have is a meter. And because I was doing an HH, a motor, someone from Italy or in Europe contacted me this week. He was quite angry that I was doing a video about that, and it was like a knockoff model. I don't know. I just bought what I could find on eBay, right? And they're all mad because it was a knockoff. You got one of those too? See that? Yeah, you get these on eBay. Yeah. Yeah, it's cheapy little device thing. Well, we got the Yeah. I mean, how do you not get one of these when these are like 40, 50, 60 bucks? This one's a free sat. The funny is when I bought it, it was a DM kill, but then I bought it, it was a free sat V8 finder. And I've done some video reviews on this device. But the annoying thing is, if you're using USALs to move your dish, if you move between satellites, it's trying to move that dish, and you're like, crap, don't move, and there's no way of canceling it, and it doesn't let you do anything. You keep having to hit OK and OK and OK, and quickly trying to navigate the menu. And I'm like, it's like it looked like playing a Game Boy with this thing here. So that's it's annoying when setting up the USALs motor. And then my problem this week was I had the receiver down here, and then the motor moved, and it moved too far, or not far enough, or didn't move at all. And so what I thought to do, so I have to have a direct connection with one of this or a receiver. I entered in the coordinates for USALs in my Amico receiver, but it wasn't working properly from this location. So I'm wondering if it's all the cable going all the way to the dissect switch that's canceling it out a little bit and making it not work properly. So there's one thing that's in my toolbox. When this thing fails, I use this one. I use the I got to charge this thing. This is my Sat Hero. So you use this, and then when this doesn't work, you use this thing as a couple $100, but twice the cost. But it works a lot better when you're trying to get those weaker signals. The Sat Hero works better. If I were to get the newer one, I wanted to get that, but it's a lot more expensive. It's like $400 for that one that has a spectrum analyzer built into it. So that's another thing you need in your toolbox. Another thing you need is this. This one's magnetic. Get a level. Make sure your pole is plump, and make sure you got things level. That's a very important tool, especially with me, because I have my KU band satellite on tripod. The wind hits that thing. Not windy day. We've had some windy days. It rocks it around, knocks it back. And what I've done is I got shims in the bottom of the tripod just to try to. And if I just stick a shim in it, it works perfectly. But the wind will botch that up. Tripod's not the best thing to do. I just like doing it because I'm trying to put my dish in the optimum spot, because I was trying to get anything past 30 west. That was the furthest western part of the arc with KU band that I was able to get at this time. I wasn't able to get 28 west or anything west of that. I just wanted to see if I could get anything, even if it was international stuff. I just wanted to see if I can get anything that far east, not west. I got a microphone in here too. Microphone's just because I'm doing my videos and stuff, and I have a mic, and I talk to the camera. So I got my microphone. I got lots of wrenches, screwdrivers, because I was like fixing my LMB at Star Screwdriver. Just use that. Adjust your LMB. Scanner. Don't know why there's a scanner in here. But if I want to listen to local amateur radio, I want to listen to school buses, or anything that still uses analog, I can listen to that. A lot of them are digital. I think in this area, there's still quite a lot of analog, but yeah, a lot of places gone digital. Yeah, so I got my wrenches in here. Depending on, I got different dishes, so have wrenches. I always just drop them back in here. An extra HDMI cable. That's handy to have. Manuals. USB cable. Black electrical tape. Handy thing to have. I have a feed horn. Tech 2000 got me one of these. This is just to have like one vertical or horizontal. I'm storing my wrenches in it right now. What else do I have in here? More. I got a whole whack of wrenches because you never know what size you're gonna need. I don't know what this is off of. I think this is for my 4-foot dish, possibly. Huh. I have this in here. It's a HDMI extender, so you can plug like HDMI. It's a female to female, so you can plug more in there. All that kind of stuff. So other random tools that I drop in here. Hey, got this still at the bottom of my satellite tools and toys. This is a dish network separator. I don't think I use this ever. I don't know why it's in here. It looks like a splitter, but it's dish network separator. It's just for getting the LMB 1 to 2. I'm not sure if this is DISEC or it's a 22K switch. I think it's DISEC, where it just go from port one or two of the LMBs of the satellite. But you can also get the same thing, which would be a 22K switch. Looks like this, and just on or off. On just runs it to the other switch. Same thing with the Shaw Direct LMB, some of the older ones, to get the right side LMBs to the 22K switch on, and the other one's 22K switch off. What else do we have here? I screw it in here, I guess, for whatever reason. Air pump. These are just tools. Satellite dish. Digital finder. This is when I was setting up the big dish and getting the trying to get the dish set up, and I was very confused on all of the de-inclination angles. Where do you stick this thing to find the de-inclination angle and the inclination angle and all that stuff? Pretty much I read the book and I got very confused, and I just moved it until it worked, and it worked. Honestly, that's I'm getting everything from 30 West. Yeah, I get 30 West on the KU band LMB all the way to 133 West. So that's pretty much the full arc on C band. I think I was doing pretty good with KU band too, except I got on a stinking tripod, which is not the best idea in the world. This rubbery thing, this is what goes on the bottom of a Shaw Direct dish. Just sort of covers the wires. So, yeah, stick that over your cables, and it kind of keeps the rain and the moisture out of that. Vice wrench. Use this for my big dish. Just sometimes you're trying to tighten things. Got that in there to get that tightened. What else do I have here? I got some twist-on connectors. These are the cheapest ones I ever bought. I don't recommend these. These are like cheap ones that are not good. Not good at all. The one thing is I could probably bend them. I could squeeze them and bend them. I mean, I've had twist-on ones that are like quite robust feeling. These ones were cheap, and then they were actually a little bit smaller, and they were hard to fit on some of my coax cables. I have the cripper now. The cripping tool. I prefer that, and a lot of people have always recommended that. In most cases, though, the twist-ons, in my experience, it's fine, and then people will tell you, oh, they're no good at all. And that's the sort of thing you'll hear, right? It's no good at all, won't work at all. Another thing is just kind of handy, and probably not recommended, but it works for me, is these push-on coax connectors. Just if you're switching coax cable quite a bit, you can pop one on and off. So I will do that if I'm using... Here's where things have advantages and disadvantages. So this will run the DISEC switch and the U-cells a lot better than this one, than the Sat Hero. So the cheap FreeSat finder will move the dish better, but this will tell you the signal better. So sometimes I move the dish with this annoying thing that you have to, when you pretty much want to turn your U-cells off. It's probably the best suggestion I can give you for one of these things. And then use this for that. I need to charge this thing up tonight because I'm probably going to go back out at some point this week and play with my KU band dish, because like right now the kids are out playing. And I can play satellite and just sort of mess around with my little KU band dish. I'm thinking maybe I just need to mount my motorized KU band dish to the house and get like a really good mount and have 3 points of contact with the mount and some brackets to hold it sturdy against the house, and then have my motorized dish there and not have it on a tripod anymore. I'm thinking of going that route now. That's pretty much most of my tools. I got other things down here in my bucket. I really need to reorganize my tools and get them all back in order. It feels heavy because I got all my wrenches in here. Yeah, so that's anyway the things I go through when playing satellite and messing around with my satellite dish to get it working. Yeah, there we go. Turn that off. Somebody came on. Leo's on. Hey, Leo, you have anything you wanted to say?
Yeah, how are you feeding the cables in your house? What location do you recommend?
I don't know if there's a good recommendation for it. Oh, I got a bunch of chats here too. Closest to the dish, I guess. But I have cable coming in one side of the house, and I have cable coming in the other side, where the previous installers have put just subscription satellite or whatever. Closest would be best if you want to run the shortest amount of coax cable as you can, would be recommended. Now, what I'm using here is I am going crazy. I have the coax cable going to the back of this room, going through the walls, around back, around the house to the satellite dish. Not recommended. I'm just doing it because I'm having fun with it. And also I'm at this desk where I do my video production stuff. So, but also a lot of the time too, you can get the Edison Mayo or like one of those satellite receivers. It will stream over your Wi-Fi, your home network Wi-Fi or LAN connection, however you have it hooked up. And you can. So normally when I watch satellite, like on this TV here, which is my computer, I just stream to it. So it runs through the network cable, which I have to go into this computer. So that's a way of doing it too. Just reading some of the comments here. Okay. BN101 has 103 West has NTA news from Nigeria. Now, is that the channel that used to be on? It used to be on Galaxy 19, but as always, the audio was really high. I would skip past that channel as quick as I possibly could because I was worried that it was going to blow the speakers in my TV because they had the audio cranked too high. Like it was distorted, right? And that's dangerous for your speakers. North Coaster. I use push on for my meters to reduce wear and tear on the RF connectors. Yeah. Well, that's my worry is when I plug that in there that I'm going to wear them out. But also the one is like, I guess the smart thing I would be doing is have an actual piece of coax cable, like a few feet of coax cable, and just have a connector to use the plug-in connector. Be the smart thing and not really connect and disconnect it so much. Probably when I kill one of these things, I'll probably end up doing that in the long run. Sat Hero 4400 is awesome. I find it reads low sometimes, but it helps me find a satellite when then I scan that into the Amico. Yeah, it's all. I guess the big thing and where the meter comes in handy with it being in the digital age when setting up a satellite dish is when you're working out in the dish, and because things are digital now, like before analog, you can kind of find the signal and tweak it and tune it with when you tune the LMBs. So sometimes you'd have to change the polarity, just change it a little bit and get the focal point. Like your LMB would move in and out just a little bit. I'm going to try to move the satellite dish. We'll try that. It might fail. I think is at the wrong position right now, but I'll pull it up. I'm just going to turn off this video here just because it's copyright. people in the chat, people in the restream see what I'm doing here, but oh wow, there's Star Trek's on Me TV right now. Okay, I'll try and move the dish. Installation. Cut to my feed here just so you guys can see what I'm doing here. So for whatever reason, I'm going to go to, I don't know if it will move to it. Oh yeah, I may have used Dissect to get to this one. I'll give it a try. There we go. Get back out. There we go. Oh, stupid thing. There we go. Go in here. Go back in there. Okay. Now go back to 125 West. I just wanted to do a blind scan of 125 West. I was able to scan in. This is like when the spaceship is coming toward Earth and it's not going to work. All right. So with that LMB, a lot of people here probably know, but if you're a noob to this hobby, if you're using a universal LMB, make sure you got the it's set to universal. Most of the time it's like first frequency, it would be 9750. Robert's out there. That was one thing I wanted to speak to him about. Make sure you got the right frequency programmed into this part. Before you actually try to enter the frequencies. Make sure you got the right frequency. This will work. I already scanned it in. Make sure you got the right, if you're using a Dissect switch, make sure you got the right port. But another thing I recommend too with a Dissect switch is, let me just bring my one thing I recommend with a Dissect switch is when you're first setting it up, don't use the Dissect switch. Make sure you get your signal first. Then when you know you got all that, then connect up to the Dissect switch is probably a smart thing. Like that'd be the smart way of doing that. So I'm using Dissect 1.1. I was trying to figure out why the motor wasn't working properly. Positioner. Yeah, go back to my positioner. So, well... let's see here. Did I program in a position? No. Go back out of there. Son of a. Back into here. I'm going to move the dish. All this is like I went on a side trail here, tried to explain how to do the settings, which I've already done a bunch of times. I know that. All right, 125 West KU band. All right, let's go switch it over to USALs. See if it'll move it over. Positioner. So I had it on Dissect because like sometimes if you have it wrong, you can switch it over to Dissect and Dissect 1.2, and you can move your dish like a little bit right, a little bit left, and you'll find it on a motor. Okay, I want to get out of here without going all the way back. Went all the way back again. There's Star Trek on Me TV. All right. Let's try this again. BN asks, do I watch the international channels? I do sometimes. I flip through it just to see what's on. I find that it's kind of interesting to see what's happening in the world. I don't... one thing, because I was messing around with 30 West, and a lot of people talk about Cubavision. Cubavision has lots of movies on and stuff like that over at 30 West. So if you're able to get that with I don't know if you need a universal LNB to pick that one up, or you can pick it up with a standard. Before I screw this up again, I screwed it up like 3 times here. All right, go to USALs. And I'm going to go to reference. So now it's going to move the dish. Can't really just see out the window here. I'm not going to tell it stop, but I'm going to wait for it to move the dish. It could take a while because I know the dish was not where I thought it should be. And let's get back out of here. Now I can back out. I can't even see the dish right now. It's too dark outside. Went to me. You know what? I'm going to just make this thing go to 125 West. So go to my group because I keep going back to this my C-band satellite. So far, that's what I've programmed in here. 133 West all the way to 30 West. And there's a few I missed here. But I do like with the Amoco, it does, at least it puts everything in order. Where with my meter, you want to manually make like if you add her, say you go to 30 West, then you go to 99 West, then you go to 97 West, then you go to 107 West. It will do it in that order, which is a pain. I like my satellites to be in order. There we go. AMC there. There, it's going to move the dish. The First Nations experience. It should come up, but I don't think it's going to. And I've programmed it for USALs. And I can't really see the dish moving outside. That was kind of what I was hoping to get working on this. But maybe the dish got blown around in the wind a little bit. Tripod is not good. I'll tell you that. I mean, it works. It's good for testing, but then it's like a lot of kind of messing around with it. Let's see what else I can do on this thing here. I'm going to put it more in the center of the arc. I don't think I have 103 KU programmed into this Amoco. Oh, but I had a USAL set up on it. Okay. But I only got one transponder going. It may take a second or two to move the dish, if it's moving at all. The thing is, I can't even tell if it's actually moving or not. Oh, there. Hey, it popped up. How about that, eh? Awesome. The USAL's found it. It just took time. I would hope so anyway. Let's do a TP scan. So hit green button. Maybe it's actually working for a change. I've had lots of problems getting it on the right satellite. Or it's going to scan the wrong satellite. We'll see what happens here. Yeah, those SRV channels, those are okay. We'll do a blind scan. I'm getting excited here now. I can get my motor working. So here we're doing a blind scan. It's going to say moving dish. So if you have USALs set up on a motorized dish, it's amazing. I'm able to pull in like way better, you know. BN, you watch international channels, a little bit on Galaxy 19. So there's a whole situation this week. I thought it was kind of interesting. It was a Palestinian channel, and it's kind of showing the situation going on there. Unfortunate situation. I'm not going to pick a side. I just think it's an unfortunate situation. I think it sucks. I think it sucks for people, innocent people being hurt. You know, any war, and yeah. So yeah, it's just. So Jason asked, "What's the difference between dissect?" I'm sorry if I don't pronounce that right. I think people have different pronunciations, but I know you know what I'm saying, right? Dissect are USALs. I did a video on UCells, and UCells is a universal satellite tracking system. Sorry, I don't have the acronym all right down on my mind here, but
I think it's a Universal Satellites Automatic Location System.
yes, yeah, that's what the acronym is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Done a video on that, made a title, and I forgot exactly what it was. It copy pasted it pretty much. So yeah, I'm pulling in NBC on a KU band. There's NTA and DW English. I guess it's on the same transponder. If you like that Christian music stuff, there's K Love 90s and Boost and K Love 2000s and all that. Radio stations on that satellite. This is kind of a satellite I recommend if you're. This is a satellite I kind of recommend if you're looking for not religious programming, but you're looking for like network programming and stuff like that. I would say 103 West. It has NBC, it has Cozy, and not a huge amount of channels, but at least there's a little bit of programming here. And some international news channels like DW, English, and stuff like that. I'm kind of surprised it started working for me. And then there's the SRV6 and some scrambled, encrypted. Encrypted is more a proper term. I think it's like the FedEx channels, which is like a FedEx PR content that they have up there. Is it almost done? It's about 85%. I don't think there's much more channels on there. They're just went and did a save. I'm going to turn off the screen just for a sec, sir. I'm just hitting back to go out of that. And is it going to move the dish? I just want to be on the right satellite. So right now it's going to go to group, which I don't want group. I want all. What I miss is the music video channel. I was actually into that music video channel that they had on the SRV Mux back in the wintertime. We had it pointed there, and I was enjoying it. I was enjoying, Michael Jackson, Beat It, and stuff like that. It was like MTV in the 80s. It's kind of like a lot of this stuff that's on satellite. It's all those retro satellite channels. So where was it? 103? And there's like nothing on 101 KU band anymore. So let's go over here to DW English. But I kind of wanted to look through the SRV channels to see what's on there. Because sometimes it's a surprise. It's like a hidden channel or whatever, Looks like a cooking show on DW. Or some sort of documentaries. There's NTA. They won't care about copyright. There's NTA, which is like a Nigerian news channel. I haven't brought up the audio, so I'm not going to worry about that. What else is there? Telemundo encoder. It's bars. There's bars. And you go to like NTA. Cozy TV. There's, I don't know, whatever that show is. I don't know. Something from the 90s. I never watched that show. Channel 15, occasional. A lot of the stuff, the NBC Mux stuff, will be encrypted. It looks like hockey's on. It's the Boston Bruins playing Washington. Who's Washington? What's the name of their team? Someone will correct me there. Yeah. So if you want hockey on NBC, they have that. Somebody made a comment here. Dice has 1 to 4 LMB, allows you to hook up to cables in the house. Yeah, but there's also, I guess, the 1.1, which allows you to run the power to the motor, to control the motor on a smaller dish. Not for the big dishes. The big dishes will need like its own system, like a dish mover to run the power to run the actuator. But you can use that. You can use the dissect switch. I can connect my receiver up to my dish mover and move it that way. So I'd use the receiver will tell the dish mover to move to different satellites. But I don't do that. I don't like that. I don't like these receivers can like switch your satellites and it'll just send your dish moving to the another part of the house. I want to hit OK to that. WNBC with CP Wolf, Washington versus Capitals. It's like, yeah, I got the game on here watching that. I should get back into hockey. I got to get my kids into hockey, so I'll be into hockey. I grew up and I'm not into hockey. I'm Canadian and I'm not into hockey. I know it's crazy. I'm into wrestling. I like my wrestling, although it would probably be more of a normal thing, I guess, to be into hockey. What's this channel? I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out what's on SRV. Here, guys. I'll make it kind of. There we go. So I'm at SRV5. I don't know what this news channel is. I'm on SRV1. It looks like a preview channel to something. Yeah, I think that's been a preview channel for a long time. SRV3 is Jimmy Swaggart. SRV6 is Players TV. This summer, Spencer went to China to make. So that's what it is, Players TV. It was like, was it Smithsonian or something a while back? There's NHK, Japan, and there is the movie preview channel thing. So, yeah. And it doesn't work. Like, you don't press now on your satellite receiver and it works. It's just, for whatever reason, that's what's over on 103 West. If I had my motor going, I would do a full live stream of just like scanning the skies for fun. Why not, eh? Leo says, I'm into NASCAR. My brother's into NASCAR big time. Actually, he told me that a lot of the drivers, like, he borrowed my scanner. I don't know if he ever returned it. And that was like a thing for scanners. You can listen to the people have scanners at NASCAR races to listen to the people talking on their scanners. I don't know if they use digital now. I mean, they got so much money now, and the sponsors, and they don't want to hear the drivers swearing at the pit crew or whatever. Hey, Patrick's in there. Sorry I didn't bring you up. Oh, you got your HDMI connector thingy. Map guy. I would do that just to scan the skies to show each channel I pick up. That's really the fun of the hobby, in my opinion. Like I especially when I first started, I only had my KU band dish with the motor. But the motor is great. Like it wasn't a big C-band dish when I first started, so I was able to get quite a lot of stuff. So my dissect worked here. Let's see. It actually worked. Maybe it just, touch it the right way. It works. Which satellite should I go to next? 30 West? We'll see what movies are on CubaVision. I don't know. I'm going to try it on. I was trying to get... there, let's go here. Let's see here. Go to group. And this is what I like about a KU band dish. It does move the dish when you have it. Now you can go in the settings and turn off the, here, guys. I'll let you see what I'm doing here. So I'm trying to move the dish and I'm just going through all the satellites. There's a lot of them, eh? When you go through the guide, there is a lot to go through to like find your satellite. Okay. So HipSat. That's what I was playing around with this week. I don't know if I'll pick it up or not. So it's moving. And it's got like a lot of the channels. I scanned it in earlier. So it's got like a lot of channels that are on Galaxy 19. It has GCN, Muslim TV, Kuwait TV, Kuwait TV Sports. SBM domestic, so that's like that channel's on like a bunch of them. We were just on 103 West, and then they had that. The Word Network is there, Palestine Satellite, Omar, and Cuba Vision. It could still be moving because my dish, it's very far out into the arc. Here's someone moving around. I don't know if it's going to move there. I'm going to quickly run to my window and just see if well, that's this channel here though is not good. Let's see here. Let's go to just one of the stronger transponders. It may have moved it, but then the satellite dish is just off. It's off by a little bit. At least it's not windy out tonight. So Thai Global TV. I'm just gonna get up, maybe kind of peek to see if I have the dish. Oh. It didn't move at all, let alone like enough to move to make it so that it would be where I thought it should be. So that was no good. Let's look at it. So it didn't move the dish at all. Like I know that it should be full, full. Basically, it's like, okay, here's how the dish is. It's like pretty much where 103 West was. And if I'm going to put it at HipSat 30 West, it's going to be like almost at like the most far east that it can go. And it'll be looking that way. So, Oh, of course. It moved the dish. Okay, I got to give that. It moved the dish. But look, I had it on Dissect 2. I didn't have it set for UCells. Maybe that was my problem. I'll back out of that. UCells. Here, I'll go in here. Go to reference. It's going to move the dish. I'll go over and I'll look to see if the dish is moving. It's not. No, the dish ain't moving. I'll leave it on UCell, though. Sometimes it just needs to. What I was messing around with this, and it's probably my connection too. Hey, it's bad connection. What's another satellite that's in that kind of high part of the arc where it is now? That would be worthwhile. I hear a door opening and close. You gotta look at the other people's audio. Trevor's in tonight.
Hello. Sorry about that.
Oh, Patrick.
Hi, Robbie.
Hey, we're just scanning the KU band channels with my satellite dish that's not working very well right now.
Okay.
Well, it's working when I go outside with the meter. It'll move it perfectly. But I'm trying to figure out why is it not working in the house on my Amico. And same thing if I hook up my meter up right here and then try to move it around. Sometimes it moves it. Well, sometimes the Amico won't move it at all, but then my meter will move it. And then so it's like, okay, trying to figure out what's going on here.
Okay, interesting.
This is a smaller dish. This is the type of dish you don't have to buy like a large 10-foot C-band dish.
So how's everyone doing tonight? A Dissect switch and a Dissect mounter.
Yeah. So it must have moved now because I got these guys on from whatever country they are. TGAG. So it moved over. It took a while. So I moved it, and it didn't do anything. Now it looks like it must be faced weird.
So how's everyone doing tonight?
Good, and yourself?
Right.
Not bad, not bad.
Not
There
bad.
we go. So yeah.
Okay.
So there's 30 West. Now, I don't know if any of these are on a lower frequency where you would like. They look like they're on higher where you'll be able to pick them up with a standard LMB. But I thought some of these were you'll need like a lower frequency type LMB to pick them up.
Okay.
This channel actually has some EPG guide. You usually don't see
audio working.
Yeah, I hear you there.
How does it actually sound?
Too?
Sounds good. I almost want to turn you down a bit, Kurt.
Oh, I can do that.
Yeah, I can hear everybody.
Okay, I'll turn myself down.
There's like a soccer game
Can
somewhere.
you hear me
Oh yeah, and by the way,
now?
There's a
Can
lot
you
of
hear me now?
I hear you, Patrick. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, great.
Yeah, feeds on this. Like, TGA. I don't know if that's like a preacher. Now you might see it like on your screen. It might look really shaky. That's just because have it plugged into VLC. Just and it's like the frame rate seems to be botched. Probably because I have two video capture cards going at the same time on the system. There's CubaVision. Apparently, there's lots of movies on CubaVision, and then they'll have like the subtitles, but it'll be in English. This is over at 30 West. Hipset.
Okay.
Seriously, you can see that low?
Yeah. I'm in Ontario, and I'm picking up 30 West. I picked it up. I've actually picked the satellite up with my C-band dish when I had the CKU band LMB, but it was tricky to get, eh? Like I think I had to move the dish and like let it sit there to see if the signal would come in.
Okay.
Hmm.
Should have joined earlier. I seen the stream earlier, but I was busy.
Same case for me. I'm still out of. It's not easy to
Okay, yeah.
talk louder when you're in your. And I didn't want to miss the chat, the stream tonight, so. I wanted to. I did want to.
I'm just going down.
To show that I have my HDMI USB key, so I'll be gonna have to tell me how it's worked now, because I don't know how
can you
to
download
make it
OBS?
work.
I'd just say download OBS or any kind of webcam viewer.
Hate it.
Well, anything that would read a webcam should be able to record it. Should be able to view it.
Okay. Can you editing software also import from?
Yeah, it probably could. Like, I guess if you have editing software that has capture mode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, 30 West looks like Galaxy 19, except for the fact that it has, even Kuwaiti sports. I haven't seen wrestling on Kuwaiti sports in a long time. It's always been this guy talking. But I have seen WWE and Impact Wrestling on this channel years before. But every time I flip by it, I never see wrestling on it anymore. And in Kuwaiti TV used to be one that had lots of movies and English programs with subtitles, but I haven't seen that as much anymore. So that's one of those you'll get like a lot of programming that's foreign programming, but it'll have like the subtitles are in Arab, but then it's in English. You know?
Can you hold on a second?
And that one's not coming in. That's probably why. Okay. Anyway, for whatever reason that worked. Yeah, I don't know which I'd have to scan in on 28 West. That was what I was trying to do. Anyway, I'll try an air satellite. I'll see here.
Is that the farthest satellite you can get on your setup, or can you go lower than that or higher, however it works?
I was trying. I'll try it again. Let's see if I can get. So Intelsat 18. I got set up for. Oh, I just moved it with the ISEC. Okay. Anyway, this one has. Well, that's the C-band frequency. That's not going to work. This one has signal, but it's spot beamed for Europe. So it has like BBC and stuff, but it's encrypted. It's what the Freeview service would be on.
Okay.
And it's just like a few degrees past the satellite that I was just tuned to. But because it's spot beam for like the UK area, you won't be able to get in North America. You won't be able to get in a lot of Europe, I think. I think they spot beam it just to be in that region so that people can't get free view, except like taxpayers or people that pay the TV tax or the TV licenses that they have in the UK.
Okay.
There's a subject to do a video on is how do spot beams work.
Yeah, people don't know about that at all.
I know there's spot beams and it doesn't work, but I imagine they must have a way. But it'd be an interesting how they have directional antennas in space that can do that. Yeah. Now I don't know if there's anything. I'm trying to see if I can get anything past 30 West because that would be kind of interesting, even if it's like just signal of an encrypted channel. But it's mainly for tuning my dish, right, to make sure that I got it the most optimum. Although now the way I got it, I'm able to get most of the North American KU band channels with this.
At this point, Robbie, it's so low that you're gonna end up with all the other channel that come from the Earth, cellular or otherwise, and you have so much other frequency. You're gonna have gun noise with if you go that low.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, I'm able to get as low as 30. I mean, and that was quite a few channels. And that's channels that are coming from Europe. I think they're being uplinked from Europe or maybe from South America, but I think.
Yeah, but the satellite, the actual antenna on the satellite are not enough to overcome the ground signal, and if they are parallel to those at the lower angle like that, it won't.
So I'm not going to do it now.
It's not long enough. It's not that you're not seeing it. It's that it's not strong enough.
Yeah. A question I get quite a lot is, we'll see if I can pick it up.
I think so. If I'm right, I'm supposed to.
Yeah. Where would it be? Well, I'll go over to 87 KU. And where's the channels? The 91. 91 has Fox and ABC sometimes. All right, it's going to move to. It's using new cells. Okay. Moving it to 87 West. This is one I like for the news feeds. So it's moving the dish.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
A simple question for you. Is your dissect before or after the dissect motor on this?
It's going, so the dissect switch is going to port 4, and out of port 4, it's going to the motor. So that could be. You're cut out on me. You cut out on me. Anyway, I'm going to program in 91 West. I don't think I've scanned that one on this system yet. Yeah. And we'll see. We'll see if we can pull in Fox, like not Fox News, but like Fox and ABC, which come out of some areas. Brandon's still on there. He tunes that all the time. Port 4. and it is. I'm not going to move it. I'm just putting it for U cells, positioner for U cells. There we go, U cells. And I'm set up there. I'm just going to back out of 91 West. And I'm going to actually put my dish on 87 West. I'm just going to go out of this menu here. It's moving it again. And it says no signal because I think it moved it just now. So I'll go here. Go back to satellite. It might move, it might not move. So I'm going to go to 87 West. That, at least I'll have that for my refer, so it doesn't drive it all the way back to 30 West and have to sit there and cancel it out or whatever. So over on 87 West, as you can see, I got these top 3 channels are like the PBS channels. There's Louisiana PBS.
Oh, the only thing we see is a thing that says no signal on it.
Yeah. I don't see no signal, but there's no signal there. Let's see here. DC channel. That's one of the news feeds. Could be off just by a bit too. Oh, there we go. That's encrypted though, so nothing's going to pop up on the news source. There we go, news source here. There we go. There, it's just moved. Took a while to move. There's the Capitol building. And we can go to... yeah, it's always the same thing. There's nothing going on right now, so... Powerball draw.
Yeah.
Replay at 2300. You get a lot of these on the feeds. I don't think I have Sinclair broadcast. Maybe I should scan the satellite. We'll see if we can pull anything in. The Florida. Now, the interesting thing is if you're trying to pick up 87 West, what I recommend doing is the Florida channel tends to be a strong transponder. So if you think your LMB might be a little bit out of whack or whatever, you might still be able to pick up this transponder. So I want to see what the signal quality is over at the PBS channels. It seems to be good. I don't know. On this receiver, just everything's 98%. There's a White House. And the Fox satellite has the White House as well. Anyway, let's do a blind scan of 87.
Exists from those images are always been there.
Yeah, they've been there. Well, you know, for the longest time, I would go there and I would never see the White House or I never see the Capitol building. And then all of a sudden it came back. And there was like a lot of people said, oh, yeah, it's always there. But it wasn't always there. And sometimes that feed switches, like when the president would come out and do like a press conference or like go out to the helicopter, you know, go to Air Force One, they would always cut to that. It was almost like they kept that feed for the president 24/7. You know, and I've watched it since it was Obama. It would always be on him. And they also show the press, White House press conferences and all that. It'd always be on Trump. It would show the plane landing for his rallies, and he'd get out and speak for a couple hours, and he'd get back into his plane, fly off. That's kind of what the live feeds were like.
So, hey, Robbie, do you have any favorite KU LNBs?
So a lot of bandwidth.
I'm liking this one right
That's
now. This new one I got, and I have the older one. I'm liking Universal. I'm liking Universal right now for KU band because Universal will pick up those lower frequencies. So as I'm trying to pick up satellites that are more on the eastern part of the arc, you'll need one of these to pick up some of the frequencies, but then that's not spot beamed for North America.
I didn't know if you...
Was that?
Oh, go ahead.
quite slow to blend scan.
It could be the receiver too. I'm not sure.
Oh, sorry, I was make a blend scan. Oh, okay, because
Yeah,
I was
but
thinking
also
the
I'm running a lot of coax cable
more
to
frequency.
my the LMB gets more frequency. Yeah, it gets lower frequencies than the same frequencies that a standard LMB gets. I'm not sure if you can get the circular stuff with this or not. I think I can get some of the circular. I'm not sure how that works. I've always been a little bit confused on that because because Bell and Dish, at least they used to. They don't really have. I don't believe they have it anymore. They used to have a few channels in the clear.
We just need to take to take a Bell Canada.
Yeah, just get it like a Bell Dish and plug it in.
Yeah.
That's that question about Bell. Me and my friend a little while ago, or about a year ago now, actually, we were doing a channel scan on the Bell using a Bell dish. Right. And there's only one channel in the clear, which was the channel that says, hey, get these free previews. But of course, it didn't come in. Yeah, they'll have that. And then it's usually good that they do have that. At least you have something that you know what's, and will have a flag what satellite it's connected to or whatever. Sometimes that's for installers. They used to always have that for installers, just so installers can, when they come in with a meter, right, and they can make sure they're on the right satellite.
You're using a solid dish or a mesh dish?
For my KU band?
How about, well, C-band.
Oh, on C-band? I have a mesh dish for C-band. I did have a solid dish before, and but I had a Tech 2000 sponsored me a mesh dish, so I did a tutorial on setting that up. Anyway, I didn't see anything new come on there, so I'm gonna do a blind scan of, was it 91 KU band? No, I went to 93. I don't think there's anything on 93. I don't think there was ever anything on 93 that I remember. My leg's falling asleep. There's only one transponder on here. Okay. I'll do a blind scan, and I'll see if something comes up. Oh. One transponder. What I normally would do is go to LinkSat and try to find something to reference it, but I'm going to just try it. Only thing that sucks sometimes is it'll scan the wrong satellite, and you'll get all the wrong satellite channels on the wrong satellite, and then you got to back out of it. Let's see if anything comes in. So this is one for people who can't get Fox or I think ABC or whatever. It's kind of nice to have that. If it's on it, I don't even know if the motor actually moved. During the daytime, at least I can look out the window here and I'll see the dish from where it's pointed. But anyway. Yeah, it's kind of the fun. You sit back and blind scan. And when you have multiple, and then I might go on the computer just watching YouTube videos or something while I'm playing around with blind scans. Oh, I didn't find anything. Oh, wait. There we go. Rick Patterson. I think I'm on the bird. Home channel. These are encrypted. I think that's 91 West. It's got to be. At least, like, I don't care. Like, I was if that they're encrypted. I just want to have like a reference point to it. So it should take me to. Usually, the dollar sign means it's encrypted. If there's an in the clear channel, no. No, they won't do that. Won't give you anything for free. AFP. So I don't think the Fox channel is on there. It's on there sometimes, but it comes and goes a lot for the Fox and ABC channel. I'll try 87 West, not 87. Let's see here. Let's go over here. 80. So there's 87. There's 89 West, which has BYU, which shows movies and stuff. It's only like 1 or 2 channels, but we'll give that a try. We'll go with the positioner. Whoop, 22K off. No, wait. Don't mess around with the positioner until you get the dissect switch set up properly. Set that to 2 or 4. So on port 4 for that satellite dish. Select view cells. Go to reference. Just moving it.
Interesting.
Exit that. Oh, I moved it again. Whatever. Go back into the installation menu. Go back to this guy. Go back to that. And go to 89 KU band. And there could be a feed on here too. Like a lot of these KU band satellites will have feeds. And I never really do a scan on a Saturday night. Maybe there's like, well, hockey games are going on right now, so they'll probably have like the hockey game feeds and whatever. Whenever there's sporting events, when I'm thinking like Ontario because everything's on lockdown right now. I think it's only going to have the one transponder here. Yeah. So I'm not seeing it here. I'll try doing a scan. Maybe it'll move the dish there. Sometimes when it does that and sends the little message to move the dish, it might move it at that point. I don't know. We'll do a scan. We'll see if anything comes in. This is for trying to scan 89 West, which has BYU and a few channels. Not a whole lot, but there's a few channels on it. I can do a blind scan of Galaxy 19 maybe on this dish because I wasn't picking it up on my other setup, on my Shaw Direct dish. Although maybe there's a spaceship flying between the Earth and my satellite dish.
Possibly.
Yeah. Oh, I found something. We'll see what it is. Found something over on 12801, which just scans in as channel 2. I think that could be BYU. I don't know if it's HD though. Hopefully it's not scanning in. The thing about it I always found with Galaxy 28 is I would always it was so close to 87 West, I would pick up a lot of the 87 West channels, even though I was locked on. Like I had it as best locked on as I could for its frequencies, but I still pick up some of the channels on 87 West. It's interesting. There's a couple channels here. I'm just gonna put up the video just in case it's copyright sensitive stuff. It says no signal because I think it moved the dish again. Huh. No. Oh, there we go. It's a picture of a heart. Oh, this is like the patient channel. Yeah, that's what this is. It's a heart beating. I think this has got to be like the patient channel just by looking at what it looks like, which is, I think that's on 87 West. Channel 6, it's a black screen and nothing. Channel 5. And that's not going to come in now. Okay, well. It's just the fun of seeing what the feeds are, and sometimes when you're looking around, you don't see much. Yeah, this looks like the patient channel to me. Nah, that's weird. Now maybe I'll try. Well, what I did the other day was I was actually able to pick it up here too. Was get 95 West, which has like the GC TV channels. Usually like to move like stupid thing. All right, go there. Go to group. Okay, I'll bring your audio up in a second here, Patrick. I'm just gonna key in the not the provider, satellite. No. What satellite was I going for? 95 West. KU-BAM. Oh yeah, 95 does show games on there at times. So I might be able to see something else on bring your audio up there, Patrick. Mm-hmm. All right.
Hello again. There
you go. You're back, yeah. Oh yeah, and what happened when I did a scan with the CCTV mux? It was close enough to Galaxy 19 that it pulled in some Galaxy 19 channels. Wonder if the Galaxy 19 stuff will put tune in. It could be the dish is like a little bit out of whack. Oh no, wait. KC Europe. Now, if Signal came up there, I saw Signal a second ago and I flicked by. It could mean that it's on Galaxy 19. I don't know. Anyway, it's kind of like you got to get out and tune it and mess around with it. I don't know if I'd be able to pull in Galaxy 19 on my, see if it'll work right now. So it wasn't working earlier, but it seems to be working quite well now. I was able to get.
I feel like I'm on Twitch, watching someone.
Just like I'm like a gamer, eh? Like I'm a gamer, except I'm not gaming. I'm satellite feed hunting. Exciting stuff. It is on Twitch, by the way. This is being streamed to Twitch. And for whatever reason, maybe the kids hit my dish. They were gardening too, and then the dish is like in the garden and the tools. Yeah, talk to you later, Kurt. I'll try messing around with Galaxy 19, and I'll put it on the UCell so I pick it up with the dish with the UCell set to it. So Galaxy 19. I'm just gonna, because I would rather do a blind scan with my 36-inch dish than with a little tiny Shaw Direct dish. So should be good. Maybe do I need to go in there and tell it to move? Go to reference. Sure. Let's get out of here. I think I'm still in 195 West's wrong position. No, that's Galaxy 19. Press TV's HD now. I forgot about that. Angel TV. Doesn't seem like anything's going to come in on Galaxy 19. Try going back to. Sometimes it just doesn't move the dish either. So between switching to satellite, sometimes you got to switch back. Go away from there. 95. See, if I go to 99, I have 99 set up on a different dish, so it'll just quickly go. Okay, I pulled something in here. What's this? How did we get back here? The dish really moved. Did it? Or okay, well, these are actually on Galaxy 19. See, these channels are there's Fox on Galaxy 19, but it's like Fox in I have no idea what country this is in. So I kind of canceled out my blind scan here because I was able to pick up CCTV, but I didn't want to view scanning all the other channels. I think it is on Galaxy 19 now too. So I'm not getting this one, but I'm getting. Weird thing is, I'm getting Galaxy 19 channels. So it just means the tripod has the USALs off by just a little bit. Oh. And now it's not working because I went back.
Gotta love this.
Yeah, it's not working right now. That's for sure.
That's one thing I don't like about Satellite is if you're off by 1 centimeter, it won't work.
Oh yeah. If you're off, you're
So, yeah.
I'm gonna move to group 97 West. Change the dissects or the USALs and Galaxy 19 says it's moving, so I could be moving it wrong and then getting it really off. Kuwait. There was a raccoon watching my dish move, and it's like batting at it.
Yeah, there was a raccoon in the dumpster at work yesterday.
Oh yeah, I had it out on my deck last night because the neighbors have their house. Well, they have a garage which is like next to their house, and the garage is they ripped right through the shingles, made a hole, and ruined the roof. And I guess they're afraid to go in there and take care of them. I want to turn this thing off. There we go. Just turn that off and put the split screens. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Galaxy 19 is not working. That would suck. I'm not saying it is. It's probably just something on my setup here that's making it. I was picking up signal off of it a second ago. Oh, I've been on for a while. I've been playing with this for like 2 hours.
I mean, why not? You are called the Happy Satellite Nerd for a reason.
Yeah, this is what I do. Yeah, I've spent hours just playing around with this stuff and then just seeing what I can get on KU band and on C band.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's working on Galaxy 19, but let's see if the dish will still move back to 103 West. Another thing too is sometimes what can happen is the LMB and the receiver just are off frequency by a little bit. I guess if the temperature changes on the LMB, you can get it off. So you get nothing. You do a blind scan, everything comes back on a different frequency. So that can happen too. But I don't want to scan and have 200 double channels where one side doesn't work and the other side do work.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So anyway, moved away from Galaxy 19 because I've done a lot of coverage on Galaxy 19 of what's on there and stuff. And let's see. So I don't think there's anything on 10. I don't have programmed in here. 101 West KU band. I mean, if there was stuff on 101 West, my Shaw Direct dish would the right side LMB would be able to pick up that stuff. But there's really nothing there at this time. It used to be my main satellite. I used to watch History Channel and Biography. It used to be on 101 West KU band. 107. I think I pulled in a few of the 113. Actually, I had 113 scan in a while ago.
So you said the best you can get is down to 30, right? What's the highest you can get in your area?
I can get 125 West, which is the PBS channels.
Okay.
And yeah, those channels. Those channels are pretty decent. Oh yeah. On my meter, I could probably get I get 113 West. I did a scan of that earlier this week.
Okay.
And then I was on 99 West earlier, which is that has like a lot of Fox News feeds, and it has a lot of like affiliate stuff as well.
Okay.
So let's talk
When's
about
the best time to do a blind scan on that one? Roughly, whenever.
If you want to watch news feeds, I would say early in the morning when they do like live news shows is a good time for that. That's when you'll see the stories. What they'll do is have the reporter standing there, and then they'll cut to like a pre-cut interview. You know, they'll have an edited piece. They'll cut to where they talk to them live in the studio, and sometimes they do affiliates, so they talk about each town and all that. Yeah, I think I'll pack it in though soon too, because I didn't realize it was this late. It's 11 o'clock now too, so I think I'll pack it in. I wish I can get Galaxy 19 though. That's what I was hoping to at least tune in. I'll switch there. It says moving dish.
I thought you usually use an external disk changer, don't you? Remover.
This is actually my KU band dish. So the KU band dish has a motor, well, not the dish, but there's a motor that controls the dish. So you can actually do that through the same coax cable.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the nice thing about KU band. Now C band, the actuator uses a lot more power, so you would have to. Black Knight says works for me, so I guess he's getting Galaxy 19 at his house. Studio 7 really wants to post it 3 times, so I'll give him a. I picked up WNBC, WWOR, WPIX, KTLA, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Via my C-band dish. Yeah, you can get, or at least back in the day, you can get lots of the network stuff. Even on KU band for a while, there was a time with KU band when there was equity broadcast, and you get all the networking. All the networks were on 125 West, and they're not up there anywhere. That would be a time when it was good to have KU band. You got like pretty much most of your networks on KU band for a while. That was before I got into it. So, I mean, I wish it was like that now for people that live in areas that they can't get all the big networks. It would be great. Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna pack in the stream. I enjoyed going through the satellite receiver and seeing what was on there. I didn't really find anything new. I'm still messing around trying to get my motorized dish working, at least at this location. I was even thinking about, well, maybe it's the switch that's canceling out the dish and making it not work all the time. So, because I was trying to find that European feeds, anything 30, anything west of 30 HipSat 30 West. So anyway, I'm going to play around with some more. I'm working on a video where I'm talking about my orange LMB and what I was able to pick up, because it's kind of interesting to see what I can get. I was actually quite surprised I was able to get 30 West and a few of the encrypted channels on 61 West. That's a good question. Do Dish and DirecTV show free channels? example, HBO or Showtime occasionally without requiring anything. I don't know if they did that at one point in time, but they don't seem to do that now. Oh, you know what? There was a time I got, and people were talking about this on the forums, that all these movie channels, it was a very Eastern satellite. That I forget what it was. I think it may have been Dish Network, and there was a whole bunch of movies being shown. This was years ago, though. This is like 4 or 5 years ago. And I remember I recorded Frozen and Oz, like the Wizard of Oz sequel. But I hadn't seen that in the longest time. So when I read that on the forums, I actually I have an old Bell circular KU band dish, and I stuck it on my tripod and pointed it there for I think it worked for a couple days, and I recorded a bunch of programs. It was like over a weekend, and that was the only time I ever saw that, and I haven't heard of it since. So if people do find it, let me know, be kind, and let me know, send me a little heads up, because sometimes I'm not caught up on all this stuff. I go into times where I'm preoccupied with all sorts of other things with life and don't realize that's happening. PM me that stuff if you do hear that, because usually it comes and goes so fast. This LMB is a universal, so universal is a good type to go with. What else? Okay. Yeah, I think you used to be able to get like HBO on C-band for a long time. I think even like there was a pay subscription server, a way to pay for it through the 4D TV system. But yeah, don't. But the thing is, now with HBO, you could. I think they have a streaming service, don't they? So you can go through that way without even having cable now. They're kind of like what Blockbuster Video was. I don't know. Blockbuster. What was it? They could have bought Netflix at one point, and then they didn't. It's kind of, what was the other one like that? A computer company was like that. One of the, I don't know, same thing with a bunch of other companies. I guess they could have been bought, and then they just weren't, and then they became the big player. Anyway, I'm gonna close this thing down. It is past my bedtime by an hour, so I'll talk to you guys. You're in California. It doesn't matter to you.
Oh, I've been up since 4 a.m.
Oh yeah, I've had a bunch of early days this week. I've been back to work, and there was early shifts, so up early is. Yeah, I'm used to it.
No.
Yeah. Oh, Patrick's still there. Yeah. I don't know if this puts you to sleep. Maybe this is like tech AMSR. If it puts you to sleep, go ahead. All right. So I'll put this restream. The replay usually takes YouTube about 12 hours to put it back up. So if you want to catch the front end of it, it'll be up there tomorrow. This is also on Twitch and on Facebook. If you're friend me on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, there's a friend link on Facebook if you want to connect with me there. I'm on Minds and Gab and all these other places if you want to find me there. But yeah, this is kind of what. But I guess lots of people are over on Facebook. All right, so thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to close the stream.
See you later.
We have like our after show. We have our after show. We talk a little bit amongst ourselves after I close the stream for a bit. But I appreciate everyone for participating tonight. And if you're looking for a satellite dish, there's links in the description of the YouTube video that can help you find a receiver, an dish, and a motor, and things like that. Get a motor before they're all sold out. I know they're like the supply chain, it sucks right now, but it's like you can get a motor for like I think they're like around $200. Where I think when I bought mine, it was like 100 something shipped, and it's just one of those supply chain problems that we're having these days.
Okay.
Anyway, that's in the links there if you're interested. And I've done a video on the motor as well, on the setup of it. They're fun to play around with. Obviously, this system here is just right now. It's running it through all this cable, is causing it to glitch out, and I haven't worked out the bugs. And don't put it on a tripod like I do. Do it the right way. Put it on a mount, concrete post to the ground. I was just playing around with it, and it moves around. On wood, it will cure. So, yeah. All right. So, I'll talk to you guys. Probably be on next week or the week after. Things are getting, it's getting towards summertime, so I might go bi-weekly, but I'll put the announcement out on the on Facebook and on YouTube. All right.